Hello friends, how are we today? Bear with me, this is, I'm with Imaginary Andy. Imaginary Andy, say hello. Hello! The Facebook has not known me yet. Obviously not. I think we're going to start this with talking about the brand new group that we've got. Well, it's not brand new. It's been there for a while. There's two groups, but we want you to join it. Facebook.com / I think there's I'm not sure how you get to the group, but it's there. You search the group. We want you to join it. And now the idea of the group is very different to the idea of the page, because the idea of the group is to talk about what goes on behind the episodes, whereas the Facebook page is a DVD extra. So basically, like all the backstage stuff, the proper backstage stuff goes on in the group. It's not like, I don't know, I feel kind of weird talking about it or whatever. But, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I kind of want to do something a bit more different with a lot of things. Nats updates all my pages. I mean, this is going on Imaginary Friends blog too. Yeah. And if you want a live on that, please DM us on that page too. Facebook.com / Imaginary Friends blog. You know where to find me on there. But we're pretending to be on the road, even though a lot of people have sort of figured we're not. I'm at my pretend business, Ball and Mac and Hill Productions. Yeah, you guessed it. In fact, tomorrow night we're doing a Facebook live, Ball and Mac and Hill Productions, because we're selling our package suite, which we want to talk about really, but also, we're doing a deal. First deal. We're getting it rolled out straight away. And we've got customers who we want to who we do care about and all that kind of thing. And anyway, back to the podcast. I know a lot of people ask, why don't you get paid to do the audio blog? Personally, right, I'm going to say this now, and this is from me, Stephen Nightingale Ball, Stephen Ball, whatever, manager of the audio blog, director of the audio blog, the person who's put it together, right? If you really want to give me money, right, towards my podcast, then DM me, we'll talk. Because, right, I don't do it for money. But if there's a good reason why you want to donate, I mean, technically, for example, I'm writing lots of books at the moment, but there will be a project where I do write the audio blog as a book. I mean, if that's what you want, I would love to sit in front of a proper studio microphone and talk all the BS that I talk on the audio blog. Whether that be dreams and astral travel and all that good stuff. And what are we saying for studio time? 50 quid, something like that. It'll go for studio costs. But it then becomes your podcast then. It then becomes something that you want to listen to. It's not just something for me that I put out there for you guys, because it originally started out as everybody wanted the live videos, they wanted my thoughts from the live videos. So that's what I do it for. But if you want to donate me stuff like a microphone, I'm happy for that, even just some studio. But yeah, I mean, seriously, if that happens, if someone say for example, someone donates me a tape recorder or a microphone or anything, I'll use it for the podcast because you guys that's something that you've done. If say for example, someone donates me a digital voice recorder, I don't need one because I've got one. But let's just say someone donated me one of those, it would be used for the podcast. If someone, say, for example, wanted to record me do the audio blog, then we'll do it. You say a time and a place, and we'll do it. This is it. This is how personal this is. I do it for me. I use a mobile phone and a fantastic application called Anchor FM. Now, I understand the microphones on the phone aren't great, but they are actually quite good microphones. Apple they don't make the good really the microphones that they've got in their laptops they should put in the mobile phones, but I don't understand why they want the mobile phones and the tablets to sound, well, I do, but we won't go there. But, for podcasting, it's pretty alright, It's not, it's, technically, for what I do, I'd rather have everything in there. But it's like I'm saying, if you, even if you're recording a podcast and you want me on it, get in touch, because I'd rather do it that way. I really, really would. And it then becomes your podcast. I'm on it. I don't become you, I'm still me. But yeah. So that's the whole thing on that. I understand, right? See, Anchor, I see Anchor as the WordPress, the Wix.com. I see Anchor as that.
Now, Cat Princess 2169's Let's Chat and Play Games.
I also
Live has
see
started.
Anchor as the Tumblr, the Facebook, the Instagram, all of that. And really, Anchor is for people who want to do social media through audio. And that's why Anchor, it's free. But all Anchor owns is your page. They don't own your content. I don't give a shit, right? Because I don't pay for anything. I don't even want sponsors. I don't do it for I do serious stuff outside of the podcast. And I don't do, if I was to do a serious podcast, I'd want money for it. But it isn't a serious podcast, and that's why the content on there is completely what I want. If I did a serious podcast, the content would be what I want, but I don't see the audio blog as a podcast, even though I tell people it's a podcast, just to make things more confusing. But I don't see it as a podcast. I see it as what I used to do on Audio Boo. But I do care about what I do, and that's why I don't see it as a podcast. And to me, some of the episodes are unlistenable, but they're there. Anchor is great, but it can also be pretty late. Anchor is great, but it can also be pretty lame in the way it does stuff. But to make something great, I mean, if I was doing a podcast where I wanted, I was going to get lots of money and stuff, I wouldn't be doing it on Anchor. I'd be doing it on somewhere else. I mean, you did something on Podbean, didn't you? I did Podbean. See, Podbean, the problem with Podbean is on the phone it's free, on the laptop you have to pay. And I don't get this thing with live podcasting. I don't get it at all. If I'm doing a live stream, I'd rather do something like this where it's on Facebook. I mean, whereas if it's just me talking, I'd rather do, the whole Anchor thing. But I don't know. I don't do it for interaction. I do it because people wanted me to discuss what I used to do, so they get that. And Spotify's the platform that it goes onto, and Spotify bought Anchor, and at the end of the day, it's like Spotify saying, hey bloggers, podcasters, whatever you are, here's a platform for free, but we own your page. In actual fact, Spotify owns that page, but I don't really want to talk about the mainstream side of it. If you want me to talk about that, then I will in another video. Yeah, we'll do another stream on it. Yeah. But this is just to clarify some of the things that I made before. I'm not even looking at the comments on this feed. That's how bad it is. You come on and do a live and not even look at the comments.
Comment section. Gregory Udlow is watching.
Well, Gregory Udlow is watching. Udlow is watching. Bless him. Hasn't he hurt his foot? Yes, he hurt his foot, Andy. Oh shit, my can nearly just went. My can, well, don't worry, it's not too far near the edge. Hello? I'll get him to call you back. Alright, bye. Who was it? Rosemary. She's coming in tomorrow. So imaginary friends, people say about my imaginary friends, how do you get an imaginary friend? Is that the question? Yeah. I was going to do, you know how people are selling imaginary friends on eBay? I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that just to make somebody happy. But I don't know if people would get the whole thing. I would do a better job at the instructions. Would you? Oh yeah. But I would always leave the missing piece. Rule 1 is to find out what your imaginary friend really wants. What their desires are. Oh my gosh. Give them a soul. I would do an instruction manual and I get it in like 20 different languages. Here's the instruction manual. It's gonna be this thick. I would also have, just to take the piss out of instruction manuals, I would have it in the smallest print. Yeah, I'd have it in the smallest print imaginable. I don't know. It's like you figure out what this thing does. Yeah, you figure out what these instructions do. It's barely do you need instructions for having an imaginary friend? I've seen these unboxing of imaginary friends, and I really want to cover it, a proper YouTube video. But I really wanted to do it. I really wanted to I mean, if anybody wanted an imaginary friend, I'd just give it them straight. You know, well, you'd actually get everything prepared. Yeah. Who knows? I mean, especially in this time of need, which we all understand. Yeah. You know, male or female. What, so they could like order? They could order it. It would be. Yeah. I'll tell you what is worrying. My mother has found all the episodes of the audio blog on Spotify. Oh dear. And she's currently listening to every one. Oh dear, mother, that's going to be some listening. Yeah. You know, especially if you go to the older ones. My longest episode I did was about 2 hours long. Please don't listen to that one, mother. It's a 2-hour episode. And it literally, I mean, I'm sure if you listen to the episodes, you can get the gist of them. Yeah. But I mean, there was nothing wrong with the old episodes. I thought they were the best. You know. You know. Especially when you had woman trouble. Like everybody knew about it then. Oh, the drama. The drama. Which I caused, by the way. Which I caused. Plenty of the drama. And then you overate, didn't you? Yeah, I overate. Oh, woman trouble. But you know, I had something dodgy on Valentine's Day as well. But I could have just let myself heal, but no. I had to overeat on the Sunday. I actually had jam roly-poly in a massive bowl with ice cream, and I ate the whole thing. The whole thing I ate. You know? But, I don't know. You've got one extreme to the other. You've gone from being really fat to being really thin. Yeah. Oh, I could easily pile on the pounds. Easily. But my body doesn't want to. It's like, you know, I mean, there's some food I'll have and I'll feel ill. But I've discussed about this with my cousin, and it's about introducing them foods. Yeah. You know, introducing those foods back in. I tell you what though, squirty cream, yeah, I don't know what that shit does, but that fills me. Problem is, that will fill me up for a good couple of days. Whoa, yeah. Because we were at Centre Parks, and we had some cake with squirty cream on, and then the next day we had pancakes and ice cream. It was like, oh no more squirty cream. I really don't want to vom. No thanks. Yeah, and you were going into the pool, weren't you? I was quite anxious because of a slide as well, and it was just like, nah, I don't want to fill my stomach of extra, you know. But I'm doing pretty good. I am doing pretty well. The new running joke that I tell people when they go to me, how did you lose weight? And I'll go, oh, I drank plenty of beer. And I always say, beer is good, it makes you lose weight. And they'll say, no, it doesn't. And then I'll tell them, well, you're drinking the wrong beer. Which is, like, half true. Yeah. I mean, lager, freaking hell. Lager's quite gassy. I try and stay clear of gassy beer, if I can help it. I mean, John Smith's Smooth's a bit gassy, but the John Smith's original, tastes a lot better. But I miss the Boddingtons. Do you know what I liked about the Boddingtons? Right? I know this sounds really weird, but your urine would smell of it. You drink, seriously, I remember, like, you drink the pint of Boddingtons and you go to the toilet later on. And do you know, you sweat it as well. I mean, you sweat everything anyway, but it's like you would sweat, and it's like you would smell the. Oh. Oh dear. Anyway, that's the most weirdest thing ever. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I find though that with Baileys, Baileys is a drink, right? It's a good drink. The problem with Baileys, I'm not a massive fan of it. It's very rich, isn't it? Oh yeah. But it's a liqueur, and I've had a few cocktails where that's been mixed in. Have you, Andy? Yeah. Worst thing to do is mix it with Sambuca and just get a shot of it and go, oh, what's that? Yeah. It's strange, like, the worst hangover I had was where I could actually taste the things from my head. Oh my gosh. That's the weirdest hangover I ever had. It was the weirdest and horriblest. And I've only ever had one horrible hangover in all my years. Only one. But hey, if you drink Nat's piss, you'll get bad head next day. That is the truth. That is the God's honest truth. That is the God's honest truth, my friend. I'll tell you the weirdest thing I drank though. Back to Sands Parks, the weirdest thing I drank was lemonade, ice cream, and pink gin. And I downed half of it. And my cousin was worried about me vomiting. My sister wasn't, but you know. But that was like a dessert and a drink and a meal at the same time. And you had a cider after that, didn't you? No, because the following night when we went out to eat, I came back and had 2 beers and a cider. There are some nice lagers though, but they're not your crap. They're not your bog standard crap, and they're the one. See, like the lagers, like your German lagers and your German lagers and all your different lagers, like French lagers or whatever. You've got to be careful of them because they're normally a higher percent than your bog standard lager. I mean, 4% is quite strong for a lager. People disagree with you, don't they? Oh well, no, not necessarily. If you know your stuff, 4% is strong for a lager, which Dormier is. But that's not the strongest. The strongest lager I've had is that Sammy Claus. Bloody hell! That should come with a warning. You got drunk off that, didn't you? Off one bottle. Because a mate of mine said, if you don't down that bottle in one, you can't have some cake. So, oh my God. My stomach, I'm surprised that I didn't bring anything up. It was like, what's this? Blah, 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 have I drank? The strange thing though was I was getting slowly hammered. Yeah. Which, because I downed the bowl. And my mate's like, you bladdered. I'm like, not. And it's like, why's the room going black? Why am I talking all this rubbish? The one thing though was, I sobered up pretty quickly. I was like drunk within a second, and then I sobered up within the next. So I don't remember getting the bus home. Yeah, I really don't. We sobering up then. Well, I sobered up before I got on the bus, but I don't remember. The rest of that day is just a blur anyway, because it was like. All I remember that day was eating a full cheesecake and drinking a full bottle, down a full bottle of lager and ate a full cheesecake. And the last thing I remember was throwing a spoon at Oscar, making my way out the shop, how I did it, walking to the bus stop, and I was completely sober at the bus stop because I was talking to some lady. Right? I don't remember what of. Were you sober or drunk then? I can't remember. Well, no, I was sobering up. Because I asked the lady, I said, is my speech slurred? She said, no, love, you're fine. I mean, this is why I have paranoid moments. Because I've been there. And it's like, you know, when I'm getting a little bit merry. And I've asked people, there's a friend of mine, a friend of my sister's. We were out and we had a couple of pints and I drank something that was quite strong. And he wasn't really drunk, but I just said, do I sound drunk? And my mate, he just turned around to me and said, stop being so paranoid, you're fine. But I was alright, you know. Once he reassured me. I mean, I don't drink that much anymore. No, I don't. You know, I have dedicated nights where I drink, and I only drink about 1 or 2 pints at the most. That's your limit, isn't it? It usually is.
Are you drunk?
No, I'm not, Neil.
You want to walk still about at street?
I am. Yes, please, Neil.
Connected.